Headlines in Nigerian publications. Tinubu's Nation newspaper that belongs to Bola Tinubu attacks Offiong Akwa. Gospel Akpabio and Umoino panic. So this particular episode that I'm doing now is a response special to the Nation. This is how it went. The Nation newspaper reacted to my podcast. Why is Tinubu's camp so nervous? My podcast are predicted that Umoino will not be governor again next time. Let's get one thing clear. When politicians tell you we are not scared, it is usually because they are scared. They're scared because I predicted that come 2027, Akpabio will put up another candidate against Umoino. And when a podcast by me causes the president's paper, Nation, a newspaper owned by Bola Tinubu, to issue a full-blown statement to, according to them, debunk a claim, then, my friends, we have hit the jackpot of truth. I promise you truth. See what truth is doing. Issue 1. Offiong Akwa is lying. If I'm lying, why respond? Why? In a bold and panic statement, the APC media network, that's Tinubu's own political media team, claimed that my viral podcast was false, insulting, and malicious. All I did was predict things. But here's the thing. If it was truly baseless, why did Tinubu's media army feel the need to respond? If it was really, why did they respond? You don't fight smoke if there is no fire. And let me be clear, I am a political analyst and podcaster. It is my right and my job to interpret the signals, to connect the dots and predict political events. That is not a crime. That is a strength. It's a strength to advocate for people. It's a strength to advocate for the truth. This is what political thinkers, strategists, and commentators all over the world in democracies do. We read between the lines. We offer analysis. We provoke thought. So if my projections shook the system this hard, maybe they weren't so far-fetched after all. And maybe I'm up to something here. Ladies and gentlemen, issue 2. Who is nervous? In their own words, and I'm going to quote from the Nation, quote, we challenge Offiong Akwa to provide evidence, unquote, evidence about what? Okay, let me respond. I'm responding directly to Tinubu's newspaper. Number 1, was Ganduje not removed as party chairman a couple of days after shaking Umoino's hand in Uyo? Did that not happen? 2, were there no protests and protestations in Kano over Ganduje's alleged financial impropriety? Even on the national level, he was accused of financial impropriety in Nigerian papers. 3, has Gospel Akpabio not built a long history of dumping his loyalists after using them? Please ask Senator John Droidere, ask Nsima Ekere, ask Don Etiebet. Oh, are they suddenly friends again, or they are now in the same political party because I mentioned them in a podcast? Funny how recycled betrayal becomes political misunderstanding when you say it loudly, when you speak it out, when you become transparent about it. Issue 3. Bola Tinubu Umoino and the second term denial. This is what is killing them. Because no one is saying it. I'm the only one. They said there in the statement from Nation newspaper, quote, there are no plans for a single term in Akwa Ibom State, unquote. A categorical statement. They said the same thing in Rivers State when they went and removed Sim Fubara. Until Governor Fubara was told to serve one term and step aside later on. Later on. Same thing they said about Shetima, who was celebrating in Uyo Stadium, until Tinubu started ignoring his own vice president in public. Same thing they said about the opposition, until it was crushed. This is Tinubu's playbook 101. Deny, distract, dominate. Issue 4. He said there, quote, Umoino is, quote, doing well. Really? Doing well where? In Akwa Ibom? I was told my podcast was, quote, insulting for calling the governor demoralized. First of all, I am older than the governor. Let's be clear. So let's be real too. A governor who defected under pressure. A state government handing public offices to private political godfathers like Gospel Akpabio. An Emperor Moino surrounded by infighting within his own camp. A state that receives 30 to 50 billion naira a month. And some people, I have heard stories that people are dying of hunger in Uyo. Go to Uyo, it's only the rich parts that survive. Tell me, how is that exemplary leadership? Or are we now calling fear and silence a form of development? There is not even public drinking water in Uyo with all that money. Issue 5. The bigger question still stands, however, no matter what nation says, who is Akwa Ibom working for? Who is Emperor Moino working for? The people of Akwa Ibom or Bola Tinubu or Akpabio? You can deny this all day long. This plays out in all the states. But the street hears things. The streets are still talking, ladies and gentlemen. The streets are talking. And people have eyes. They see everything. Aso Rock cannot control every whisper. The nation, Bola Tinubu's paper cannot rewrite every headline. And no propaganda, I assure you, no propaganda will silence this independent voice. To conclude, this is just the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. We are going on this journey together. If one podcast, based on my analysis and political instinct, could force a national response from Tinubu's camp, from a newspaper he owns, one of the largest papers in the country, imagine what happens next when more people join us. So I say to APCMN, that organ that purport to speak for them, you call me out by name, good. One of Ofiong Akwa. Now the people know who is afraid of Ofiong Akwa. But the thing is, I work for no party, I work for no politician, I work for the truth. The plain truth. Nothing else, ladies and gentlemen. Drop your thoughts in comments. Text me directly at 914-521-0817. Subscribe. Make sure to remember to turn off your notifications because the fire is not going out anytime soon. The fire burns. It continues to burn. This is your fight. This is our fight. I am Ofiong Akwa, political analyst, podcaster, predictor of political events, independent voice. Be good to yourselves and to each other. Make we go. Bye-bye. See you soon.